What do you think of when you hear the word bread? Is it the row on row of supermarket bread? The flaky croissant of a specialty bakery? One of the many varieties of flatbreads from around the world? Or something else? In any case, in many parts of the world, for thousands of years, bread has been the very staff of life. It has often been the primary food that provided nourishment to the poor. In medieval Europe, for example, when plates were scarce, it was often the practice of the wealthier people to eat their food from flat portions of coarse bread. When the meal was over, the bread was given to the servants or the poor of the neighborhood for their meal. In literature and in real life, a diet of bread and water is seen as a kind of bottom line when it comes to what will sustain life. So what does it mean when, in the Gospel of John, we read of Jesus telling his followers that he is the bread of life? As Christians, our likely first thought will be of the bread of the Eucharist. We receive the bread of life at the altar each time we join in the Eucharistic feast. We rejoice in the spiritual nourishment we receive at the holy table. But there is more. Later in the Gospel of John, Jesus directs Peter to feed my sheep. I think we can be sure that Jesus intended Peter, and by extension us, to share both the physical and spiritual gifts we have received with others. With the overwhelming spiritual and physical needs of the world ever before us in the news, this can seem an insurmountable task. How are we to make anything like a meaningful contribution to easing the distress of God's people? I am comforted by the words of Mother Teresa, who wrote, "God does not command me to be successful. God commands me to be faithful. When we give out 5 loaves and 2 fish in love, it will be sufficient." May I be moved this day to do my part to ease the physical hunger and the spiritual longing of God's children.